Now, last week there was so much news regarding Marvel, Star Wars, and various other massive movies that came out, and I want to cover all the news for you here and let you know what you missed. Now, like I said, last week blew my mind for the amount of stuff that got announced, and I want to cover it all here and give my thoughts on a couple little things. So we're just going to jump straight into it. If you enjoy the video, subscribe down below. I cover stuff like this all the time, and I'm obsessed with superheroes and movies. And if you want to talk about it with other people, click the link in the description to my Discord and come and hang out with all of us. Now, first of all, we have Deadpool 3 announcement. Now, Deadpool 3 is confirmed to be in the MCU with all the main characters, which is insane. And also, it is confirmed to be R-rated, which is amazing. Everyone thought that Disney would nerf it, take out the swearing maybe, or the violence, but they have not. They're keeping it an R-rated movie, and he will be joining the MCU. Now, this is interesting because obviously it opens the door to many other Fox characters, or they're not Fox anymore, but many, the X-Men, Wolverine, Professor X, maybe a Magneto for tying into Wanda and Quicksilver as their dad. And one more thing I want to see is Deadpool interact with Spider-Man, because if you didn't know, in the comics, Deadpool is in love with Spider-Man, which is very strange, and I would love to see that on screen with how awkward Tom Holland is. Next piece of news regarding Marvel again here is that Kevin Feige has came out and said that all the Netflix show characters are on the board. Now that includes Punisher, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil, but I will get into that in a minute because we all know what's happening with Daredevil. This is super exciting because we all loved the Netflix shows, and to see the characters come back will be amazing. Next, however, is this, the Star Wars game that got announced. This is an open world game by Ubisoft, and this is basically what Star Wars fans have wanted for so long. Now, Ubisoft created Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and many other really successful games. They know how to make big map games, and I'm very excited to see how that plays out in Star Wars. One thing that I'm hoping for is like custom quests, and especially I want to be able to make my own character. I want to choose race. I want to choose like Twilight, Mandalorian, human, like all this different stuff. I also want to be able to choose like your specialists, so like Jedi, Sith, Mandalorian. That would be so cool to me, and I really hope we get a character creation system in this game. Speaking of games, the Indiana Jones game has been announced. Oh my god, I love Indiana Jones. I don't talk about it much, I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. And the Indiana Jones game will be made by Bethesda Studio. Now, Bethesda Studio have made some of my favourite games, including Skyrim, one of my favourite games of all time. A massive, we all know Skyrim. It's one of the most successful games and most loved games ever. If they make this game any way similar to Skyrim, I don't mean like in terms of medieval stuff, I just mean open world, quests, completion. The graphics will be amazing, of course. If they make it anything like that, it will be super amazing. All we've got so far is a little teaser trailer, so we don't know too much about it. But I am very excited for the Indiana Jones game. It is also confirmed to have an original story. It's not based off a movie, so everything we learn about this game will be completely new, and that makes me super excited even more. Moving on, a little bit of bad news that came out this week is that Morbius has been pushed back further, the release date. It was originally meant to come out on March 19th, and it has now been pushed to October 4th. This is of course due to the pandemic that's going on, just conflicts with acting and getting it ready in time. I understand it. It's kind of annoying as a comic book movie fan because I was excited for it. But I can wait, and I hope it'll be great when it comes out. I also hope it's the only movie that's pushed back, because I'm too excited for Black Widow. It's been pushed back so many times. For Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, oh my god, I can't wait for that movie. So yeah, let's just pray it's the only one that's pushed back, because I can deal with that. Now, of course, this week WandaVision finally released after 528 days in the MCU without having any content. I'm not going to go into too much. I've made so many videos, you can watch them, reactions, reviews, Easter egg breakdowns. But I will say this, it's scored 97% rating so far, which is fantastic. And I agree, I'm loving it so much, and I cannot wait for the next episode on Friday. I will have videos up with my reaction and review straight away on Friday, so look forward to them. Now, massive piece of news for all Marvel fans. Chris Evans this week was in reports to return as Captain America. And this is according to a lot of reliable sources that this has been announced. Now, I know what you're thinking. Chris Evans did tweet out news to me. Actors do this all the time because it is in their contract to deny, or they're not allowed to confirm anything. It is up to the studio to confirm it. Tatiana Maslany done it for She-Hulk. Ewan McGregor done it for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. They do it all the time, so I wouldn't judge your opinion on this based off Chris Evans' tweet. I would go by the other sources because more often than not they're much more reliable than the actors themselves. This is amazing if Captain America returns. He's such a fan favourite character, and I don't think it will redo the whole storyline with Sam. It won't throw that in the bin. It'll just be a cameo role, a supporting role, or an alternate timeline role. Of course, there's 5 Captain Americas in New York at one time. There's the main Captain America from 2012, the Captain America from Endgame going back in time, the Captain America returning the stones, and the old Captain America living his life, and finally, it doesn't really count, but Loki pretending to be Captain America. Now, Chris Evans could come back and play any of these characters, could alternately play Captain America in a different universe altogether, so I don't think it'll discredit the whole Falcon and Winter Soldier thing at all, and I can't wait to see how he returns, because I love Chris Evans. Speaking of characters that I love, back to Star Wars again, and Liam Neeson, who, in case you didn't know this, but most people know, plays one of my favourite Star Wars characters of all time, Qui-Gon Jinn. He tweeted out, or he's in an interview, I think a Zoom call earlier this week, where he said that he would be open to returning as Qui-Gon Jinn in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. This, oh my god, I got so excited when I heard this. He's one of my favourite Star Wars characters of all time, and to see him return is an absolute dream. He also kind of teased at this as well because he was showing his lightsaber off in an interview, which is kind of random to just be randomly showing after you confirm that. I really hope that he is in that show as a flashback, or even a Force Ghost, or anything. I don't care. I just want Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, okay? Another massive, exciting piece of Marvel Cinematic Universe information now, in which Kevin Feige has confirmed that Nova will be joining the MCU. Nova is a cosmic hero, and he's much a fan favourite. He was in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, and I really want him to join the cast. And I really can't wait for him to join the cast. I would like him to be played by my boy Dylan O'Brien. He probably won't be, but I can hope. And Marvel, if you see this, get the boy Dylan. Next piece of news now, another cast member has been confirmed for the MCU again. This time it's Matt Damon. You may not know, but Matt Damon has been confirmed for Thor Love and Thunder, which is very exciting. He was already in a Thor movie, you might have missed him. He played the fake Loki. I don't think he'll be playing the fake Loki again. He might be, but it just doesn't make much sense. Hopefully he's playing Beta Ray Bill, which everyone wants to see in the MCU, and I do personally. But I guess we just have to wait and see. Okay, massive piece of news now. Daredevil has been confirmed for Spider-Man 3. Oh my god, so exciting. Of course, he has been played by Charlie Cox from the Netflix show, fan favourite actor, most people's top 5 Marvel characters, honestly. Of course, it makes sense, Peter will need a lawyer after he's been outed by Mysterio to keep him out of jail and whatnot. Also, Daredevil will help him because we know there are multiple villains confirmed for this movie. Another thing is that it's actually been reported on Twitter that Charlie Cox is completely finished filming all of his scenes. Now this might mean that he plays a small role, but either way, I'm excited to see a different hero, especially from a completely separate Marvel project, show up in Spider-Man 3. Now speaking of Spider-Man 3, of course the set photos have been released. Now here's a couple on screen here. I don't want to break them down too much because I've got a whole video coming out on that tomorrow, so click subscribe and notify yourself if you want to watch that video. There is a lot of theories, including Mysterio, multiverse, that you can find out from these photos. They may look like nothing, but there's a lot of information in them. If you want to find out about it, watch the video tomorrow because I'm going to go into a lot of depth on them. However, it is a cool look at the new Spider-Man film. Last piece of news here is this.
Godzilla will come for him.
Yes, Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, I cannot tell you how long I have waited on this movie, boys. I cannot tell you, and the release date has been pushed into March from May. We're getting it quicker than normal. Oh my god, I'm so excited. The footage looks insane. Kong is the same size as Godzilla. I'm excited for this movie, and I'm pretty sure you all are too. Now, of course, thanks for watching. I can do this again next week. If you liked this nerdy roundup of last week, let me know. I'd be down to do this every single week because there's so much news that everyone misses on Twitter, and I would love to inform you all about it. Thanks for watching. I love you all 3000. Take it easy. May the force be with you always.